chapter the solid state. The topic is properties of solids. Now, there are two types of properties of solid. Number one, electrical properties in solids, okay, solid crystals. Second one, magnetic properties in solid crystals, okay. Now, today we will take up this topic, electrical properties in solids, okay. This is a part 2 of this video. In part 1 we have studied classification of solid on the basis of electrical conductivity. So they are conductors, insulators and semiconductors, right? Or we have also studied band theory, okay. Now after this we are going to take up today's our topic is electrical conductance in semiconductor. All right, the topic is electrical conductance, electrical conductivity in semiconductors. So this is the topic, okay. This is the topic, electrical conductance in. Now semiconductor, as we see, so silicon, germanium, right? Outer valence electron is 4. Clear? So first point is clear. Silicon and germanium, they are semiconductors. Now outer valence electron is 4. Now, right? So they can outer valence electron is 4 in silicon and germanium. Now first point, they are the important semiconductors, first point, okay. Second point, now silicon, if we see the silicon elements, so atom of both the elements have outer valence electron 4, so they will form covalent bond, right? They will form covalent bond, okay, strongly covalent bond. First point is this, they have 4 electron, both element have 4 electron, and so they form four covalent bond, 4 single covalent bond, strongly single covalent bond, single covalent bond, okay. So this is the one. Now in silicon, if they form a single covalent bond, right, and no free electron is available in pure silicon or pure germanium element. No free electron, no electrical conductivity, okay. If there is no electron current, so that is why these elements act as a shows low poor conductivity, low electrical conductivity, because of this there is no free of electron, right? So low electrical conductivity, or act as a insulator. This is a property, insulators, okay, or act as an insulator. Now this is second next point, the band gap or energy gap between silicon and germanium. So band gap is 68 kilojoule per mole silicon. This is the data. And what about this germanium? 106 kilojoule per mole. So band gap is this during this situation. So this is the first point. Silicon outer valence electron, 4 strong covalent bond, right? And there is no free of electron. So such type of conductor means silicon germanium in a pure form, they have no free electron because of this is a reason. Okay. So question may ask like this: why pure silicon germanium type of semiconductor act as an insulator? This is the reason. There is no free of electron, or each atom, right? Each atom is singly covalently bonded, right? Each atom is singly covalently bonded, right? Now next, now this is we are going to study. Next, after this, we know semiconductors are two types. Okay. Semiconductors are two types. Number one is intrinsic semiconductor, conduction, intrinsic conduction, or second one is extrinsic conduction. Now first we will study what is intrinsic semiconductors. Okay, so first point, this topic begins with intrinsic conduction and extrinsic. So first we will study what is intrinsic conduction. Okay, so intrinsic conduction example is first pure silicon and germanium. All right, this is the first point. Pure silicon and germanium act as a, right, they are a poor conductor of electricity. First point, pure silicon and germanium, right, are poor conductor of electricity. You know why? Okay, electrical conductivity, right? Because poor conductors, right, because of no free electron, right? Each atom of silicon, right, they are forming, they have a network or a lattice of 4 strong covalent bond, right? Outer valence electron is silicon is 4, so that is why they have a strong silicon, okay, silicon. So each silicon is form 1. So this is a network of pure silicon. So this is a network of pure silicon. Okay, silicon. So here we can see each silicon atom has 4 single covalent bonded, strong covalent bonded, like this silicon, right? Here also same silicon. Okay, so this is the right. So here you can see each silicon means 4 valence electron, 1 2 3 4, right? So this is a network of pure silicon, network of pure silicon. Okay, this is a network of pure silicon. Now they have a 1 2 3 first 4 strong covalent bond. All right, so you can see a 1 2 3 4 each silicon, 1 2 3 4. So these are the neighboring atoms of this. So we can see 4 strong covalent bond and there is no free of electron. Okay, so that is why they are act as a poor conductor. So here it is written why it is a poor conductor. Okay, so in there is no free of electron. Clear? So now next, if in this pure silicon, right, if we supply sufficient amount of energy, heat, if we will supply heat, okay, so what would happen? Thermal vibration takes place. Thermal vibration will takes place. Okay, so thermal vibration will takes place. Okay, first this substance will absorb heat, then thermal vibration will takes place. After this, what would happen? Few bonds, some covalent bond may break because they are a strong covalent bond. We can write they are a strong covalent bond. Okay, strong covalent bond, strong covalent bond. Okay, so these strong covalent bond may break, clear, if we increasing the due to thermal vibrations. Now after breaking, you know what would happen, because this bond is made up of electron. All right, so suppose this is a bond, it is made up of electron, so it will break and here will left like this. Okay, see, and this is an interstitial site. Now in second diagram we are seeing, right, this bond will break, or see this side, this is a direction of electron, this is a direction of electron. Okay, and this is a positive hole. Okay, so this is a one case. Similarly here this is a moment of positive hole, this is a electron, this is a positive hole is formed. Second, it is a electron. Now after breaking the covalent bond, right, so when the crystal is, when this, see, this is electron, when this crystal is connected to the electric current, what would happen, means this crystal will able to conduct electrical conductivity because of this electron. Okay, this electron conduct electricity. So this is the point. So now these electrons move, leaving behind positive charge. You see how this positive are formed. Now this bond is break. Now this yes, bond is break, and this is a positive hole. Now electron has come this side. Now electron is moving towards interstitial sites, and this positive hole, this is a positive hole, right? And this positive hole, electrons point, you can see in the site of electron, this move in one direction. So point is here, the electron move in one direction and positive move is other direction. Now in what is happening takes place, jumping of positive hole from one bond to another bond. So here one thing, jumping of positive hole from one bond to another. All right, bond like this. So this is a, you see here, this is a positive point, break, this another moment, this is the direction, or because this bond may break and this bond will be break. Okay, right, so like this. Now during this system, when electricity is flowing, the number of, suppose when crystal is has current, electric current, so in that situation, number of electron is equal to number of positive hole. This is a point. Okay, positive hole. So this data will be same. Okay, during electrical conductivity, so number of electron is equal to number of positive hole. So such type of is known as, this is the same, so such type of conductor is known as intrinsic conductor. Okay, this is a intrinsic semiconductors, we can say. So point is here. Now here's a one thing keep in mind, the direction of electron and positive hole is opposite. Suppose electron is moving towards left, so now this positive hole will move to right from one bond to another bond. Okay, so this is the direction, it will move from interstitial sites, so, right. So this is a point, intrinsic conduction. So such type of semiconductor is known as, now intrinsic conductor, or one point in intrinsic conductor contains, equal number of, okay, number of electron is equal to number of positive hole. So this is all about the information of intrinsic conduction, right. Now next topic, after this we will take extrinsic conduction. Okay, so what is this? Extrinsic conduction. Okay, so extrinsic conduction means, simple concept is this, what is extrinsic conductance. Now suppose pure silicon germanium. okay, plus we use impurity, okay. It is a selective, it should be selective. Now then it form a extensive conduction, okay. So pure, this process is known as, first we will understand pure semiconductor plus impurity, it is known as, the process is known as doping. This process is doping. Means pure semiconductor plus, if we add what is the role of this impurity? It enhances drastically the properties of solid, okay. First point, drastically enhance the properties of solid. This is the first one. So this is the rule of doping. Okay, what is doping? Okay, so in doping what we do, pure crystal semiconductor plus impurities, okay. So what they are impurities? So impurities are two types, okay. So impurities, number one is electron rich impurities and second one is electron rich. Impurities are two types. Number one is electron rich impurities, electron rich impurities, okay. So very simple concept is here. I'm going to explain. Silicon and germanium both belongs to the 14 group element, and in 13 group boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. All right, these are the elements. Now in 15 group we have a choice only two in doping. So in one type we can take 13 group element or we will take 15 group elements like this: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. All right. So these, so we have two options. So if we use these is electron rich and 13 group is electron deficient or species, okay. So electron rich or electron donor impurities, we can also speak like this, okay. Now what is the concept? Now suppose this is a pure silicon crystal. So here I am going to explain the taking of this. So first suppose, okay, silicon, okay, this is a pure crystals. Now in this situation we dope what? By arsenic, okay. If this pure silicon is doped by arsenic element, okay, because we are studying electron rich impurities, yeah, or electron donor impurities, or now in this category this 15 group element will take. Why we will take? The reason is here very simple. So here it is doped by arsenic. So we all know arsenic element contains outer valence electron 5. All right, 5 outer valence electron, clear. So these outer valence electron 5 or silicon 4. So here one extra electron will left, okay, one extra electron of arsenic. So this is a known as surplus mobile electron, surplus mobile electron, okay. So here we have one surplus mobile. Suppose very simple way, 4 electron of silicon consumed by, okay, of 4 electron of arsenic is consumed by silicon. Now one extra electron is left. This is a surplus mobile electron. Now this semiconductor is able to conduct electrical conduction. Now, so this concept is known as doping, and this is known as n-type doping. N-type also n-type semiconductor. N-type also semiconductor. Okay, this is why it is n-type. N-type stands for electron. Okay, n-type semiconductor means N stands for electron, and this free electron is responsible for conduction. Okay, so this is the main point, right? So semiconductor behavior, this free electron is responsible for semiconducting behavior. All right, n-type semiconductor means this free electron, this electron is responsible for semi-conducting behavior. Semi-conducting behavior. All right. So this is now you understood very simple it is. What is electron-rich species? Means 14 outer valence electron, 4 outer valence electron, 5. So 4 electron of this family will accommodated by the this one extra electron of this family is left. So that is why this is known as electron-rich impurities. Now next is electron donor, electron deficient. Electron deficient species. Second. So we will, here is a selection of impurities is 13 group elements. So anyone we will take up. So here we can take aluminium or indium. Okay. So indium. Clear? So right, indium. Now here we are doping indium element. So simple. Now indium element contains outer valence electron 3 or silicon 4. Very simple, right? Silicon 4. So here one deficiency is required. So positive hole is formed. Positive hole is formed. Okay. Now there is a positive hole. So that is why this type of appear to be this is right. So P stands for positive charge. Right, positive in charge hole, and it is this P stand for, it is P stand for, so that is why it is also known as P type semiconductor. Why? P is a positive hole. This positive hole is responsible for conducting P type conducting behavior. That is why P. Okay, so now this is all about electron deficient, electronic vacancy or electron holes, right? So this is known as electronic vacancies or electronic holes. Electronic vacancies present or electronic holes. Okay, so in this type of deficient N type of semiconductor. Now very simple, what is N type semiconductor, P type semiconductor? This is very important. Clear? So doping of silicon germanium, doping of very simple. So children, doping of silicon germanium with 13 group P type semiconductors, doping of silicon germanium with 15 group elements, N type semiconductors. So N stands for electron, and this electron is responsible for semiconducting behavior. Similarly, P stands for positive hole, and this positive hole is responsible for semiconducting behavior. All right. So today we have covered what is conduction of electricity in semiconductors. All right. So what is this? What is we have studied? Pure outer valence electron, we know silicon germanium. Okay, doping, concept of doping, pure substance plus impurities. This we have a selection process. So we can use 13 group dope with or 15 group. Now 13 group element, if we are using 13 group element with the doping of silicon germanium, so this is known as electron deficient species, or a 15 group electron rich impurities. So children, this is this topic is over now. Now next topic we will take, that is a magnetic properties in solid. This is also very important. It is categorized 5: paramagnetic, diamagnetic, ferromagnetic, antiferromagnetic, and ferrimagnetic. Okay, see you in next video. So this will take up next video. Okay, next.